Picture me 11 years old. I'm playing video games. I'm on a 6, 7, 8 hour session of playing video games. But eventually you have to turn them off, right? You can't play for the rest of your life. And so I turn them off and I'm just sitting there in silence. I'm sitting there because I feel empty. I feel hollow. I feel like all the fun is gone. All the fun is out. No more fun. And I'm sitting there because I just played it for 6, 8 hours and I actually got nothing in return. I got nada, zero. I got absolutely nothing except I got a little bit of fun when I was actually playing it. And the moment that I stopped playing it, nothing, right? No fun, no achievements or anything, just zero. And in fact, I got less than zero. I felt kind of bad afterwards. I was feeling kind of empty. Why is that? And for me, I can tell you the answer for that question. It was that I was escaping my real life. I was escaping actually having to do something with my life. I was using escapism as a way to get away from myself. So, for example, I would play video games all the time. And the moment that the video game stopped, the moment I had to get off, because, you always have to, I would just be left sitting there with myself, realizing that I just wasted another 8 hours of my life. And it's because I was escaping the fact that I was procrastinating in real life. That was the big part. If I was, playing video games, but I was also like, I did sports or something, and I was like, I don't know, reading books, fine, whatever. You like enjoy yourself. But video games was literally the only thing that I actually did at home. Like it's not even the fact that I just played video games to have like some enjoyment with my friends. No, I played it even by myself. I played it just because that's what I did. I played it not even because I got enjoyment or fun from it. I played it just because that's what I've always done. And because I was procrastinating in real life, it's like I would get off the video game. I would get off whatever I was escaping with back to the realization that I'm not actually even doing anything with my life. Because for me, escapism was the biggest form of procrastination that I ever had to go through. Because everything else, it's like you could probably figure out on your own, just take some time. But escapism, like if you're escaping from the problem, you can't even think about the problem. You can't try to even solve it. Like for me, I was escaping my real life. I was escaping the fact that I had nothing going for me in real life. I was kind of like book smart, whatever, but it doesn't matter if every time you get off the video game, you just feel like a loser. Because that's what I always felt. I felt like a loser. Because again, I would waste 6, 8 hours a day on something that didn't even give me anything. I would get off the video game and I realized that I could have been doing something so much more productive. And the biggest way that I actually saw this was that I actually just stopped playing video games and I also stopped using other forms of escapism. So I stopped eating junk food. I stopped watching useless YouTube videos for hours on end. I started working out. I started reading books. And so the big theme that I want to tell you is that I still use escapism. So the end goal is the same. Like I still get a little escape from life, whatever. But it's the how that's different. The what, the goal is still the same. But how I do it is what's changed. Instead of playing video games and getting absolutely nothing for it, I work out now. I read books. I listen to educational stuff because I genuinely find like a release from it almost, but in the sense that I escape or whatever. But I also get something in return for it. So I work out, right? I get an enjoyment for an hour, but then afterwards I still look good. I feel good. I read books, and it's kind of fun. Like listen, like reading how an author writes. I like examining how and what the author is saying, but afterwards I get smarter. right? And so I still escape. I still do escapism. It's what I do. It's the how. The what is still the same. It's the how. How I escape is so much more different. And so I'm not telling you to get rid of escapism completely. If you only had to live your life and nothing else, honestly, it'd be pretty boring. I can't even lie. It'd be boring. But even finding something that's actually fun for you, first of all, but that actually gives you something in return, because then you'll stop procrastinating on your life. You'll actually start to live your life. And so you get all the benefits of escapism, but also of all the benefits of taking action. That's why I love stuff like working out. It is the cornerstone hobby of my life. Because without it, I wouldn't have even started all this. I wouldn't have a YouTube channel right here, right now, if it weren't for the fact that I started working out almost 2 years ago. It's wild. It's wild that I spent so much time. I probably spent 5,000 hours because I got like the first actual console I got was at 9 years old. I think about 8, 9 years old. But I also played Flash games on like an old laptop I had before then. So in reality, I probably started playing like video games at like 6 years old, 5, 6 years old. I'm not even joking about this. It was such a big part of my life, but not in a good way. It was taking away, it was detracting away from my life. And when I stopped it, I felt so much better because I could actually focus on myself. I could actually do something about myself. And so I'm not telling you to completely stop video games. That's what honestly just helped me. For me, abstinence was easier than moderation, but you might find that you might find that it's actually easier to get stuff done in real life if you're not spending all of your time in a virtual world or in another world that's not even related to your actual life. Sounds obvious, but think about it. And this isn't like a big quote. Like think about it right now. Like after this video, don't click on the next one. Think about it. Like genuinely think about how much time you spent in escapism, especially escapism that doesn't give you any return. And you'd be shocked at how much time you've wasted. This comes from me. I've probably wasted upwards of 10,000 hours in total. Not just video games, but in everything, including useless YouTube videos. I spent so much time watching YouTube. Video games, like especially those two. I spent so much time on them and I didn't get anything for them. And only once I stopped did I realize that I could actually do something in real life.